All right, so in this video, I wanted to talk about July's budget. I can't find my tripod, so I have the my phone like strategically placed on a bouncy box, so hopefully that stays up. But moving on to the budget, I'm not going to go over everything in too much detail. A lot of this stuff is all the same every single month. We were in the green for a lot of things this month. I did roll over a little bit more than the $1,000 that we usually roll over because we went on vacation this month. So instead of moving that money into the savings account for the vacation, I just kept it in our regular checking account. And then I did transfer some money in from the savings that we had already put aside, and then like for the trip. We also got some gifts from family for our wedding, which was kind of a surprise. I mean, it was kind of a last minute thing. We got married and made it official, and yeah, the family gave us some gifts, so that was nice. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that here in a minute because there were some really exciting gifts. So we were in the green for a lot of things. We were under in pets. We transferred that money into their sinking fund. We just went over 8 cents in gas for the car. And then we were in the green with laundry. We transferred money for medical. We didn't spend anything on medical that month, last month in July. We did go over a little bit in fun restaurant money, so we did budget a lot less. Usually restaurant money is $200, but knowing that we were going to be gone for 2 weeks out of that month, I figured that we could deal with less. And so when I go to fun money, we actually just did Taco Bell, and we did Taco Bell the night before we left for vacation. We did Papa John's one of the days, and then we actually donated $50. My mom is doing like a chalk walk at Disneyland, so we donated money, and I just took that out of the fun money instead of gifts. And then let's see, we're still paying for Pat's dad's mortgage until we can sell his house. We got some cash. My grandparents gave us some money, $300 for our wedding, which was really nice, and that got put in here, and then I stuck it here because it's cash. It didn't actually get deposited into our bank account. So anyway, let's see, the trip. So we spent overall, I took everything that we spent like previous months, like the airfare and stuff like that, I put it all into one little section of the spreadsheet. So this was everything that we spent for a grand total of $5,386.81. That was for a 2-week honeymoon / vacation, and that was including having someone stay or come visit the boat regularly and watch the pets. That was also everything, food and drink. That was our flight, hotel. We actually stayed with friends for a good portion of the time, so we only had to get a hotel for a small amount of the trip. And then car rental, all that kind of fun stuff. And then, let's see, sinking funds. Oh, let's talk about debt. This is where it gets exciting. So my parents, I should say, surprised us on the trip. He kind of started by saying, so, because my dad's going through retirement right now, so their like income was on hold for a little while. They were having a couple months where they weren't getting like money in. They're completely fine. They're very smart with money. But he played a little trick on me. He was like, so your school debt, do you think that you could start increasing that? We're having a difficult time right now. I've got your spreadsheet. Here it is right here. Could you take a look at it? And so I'm like looking at, everything that I borrowed from my parents while I was in school, basically my school loan. Like he has it itemized. So I was looking at everything, and he's like, yeah, look at the last page. So I get to the last page, and we had, let's go back to June, about $19,000 or so. I think his amount was a little different than mine, probably. I can't remember what happened, but He surprised us with a $20,000 wedding gift. So that wasn't actually $20,000 in cash. He didn't have that to give to us at that particular time, but he basically cleared my school loan. And I'm like getting emotional thinking about it right now. I was like, I was just tearing up. I was like, it was just unbelievable. So he cleared my school loan basically, and what the difference to make $20,000 basically we got in cash which was about $900. So that was up here it was $984.12. So I am no longer in debt to my parents, and it's like so exciting. When we pay off the boat, we will be completely debt free, like completely debt free. And I just like, our home will be paid for, school loans will be paid for, everything completely debt free. I am like, oh my gosh. So that just gave us like a boost to just really get that boat payment down. So exciting, such a great surprise. Yeah, it was amazing. I was bawling. I told my dad, I'm like, I would hug you right now, but I will probably just sob like crazy. So that was really awesome. And then as far as sinking fund goes, we put a little bit into medical. I didn't actually deposit the $50 we didn't spend last month into medical, so we put $100 this month just so we can start building that up for any kind of emergency that pops up. Hopefully nothing happens, but you know, it's good to have that medical fund. The pets, this is where our interest goes. We've got my car registration and things like that, insurance, that is right here. And then the boat insurance and gifts. Again, I didn't put $50 in the gifts from last month, so I just rolled it. I rolled $100 over this month. And then I rolled $1,500 over into next month, into August, because we had a lot of expenses coming out right at the beginning. So instead of just putting $1,000 over, I kept $1,500. So we made a minimum boat payment again this month just because we're, you know, still funding the 2-week vacation, our last minute 2-week vacation that we planned. And then next month, actually, our goal is going to be to beef up our emergency fund a little bit. We're trying to get $5,000 back in this. A couple years ago, 5 years ago or so, we had $5,000 in it, and then that kind of got dwindled down to $3,000, and then now with Pat's dad's passing and everything that's gone along with that, that's dwindled down even more. So I think it's prepping for a storm, basically. I want to get ready for anything that might come up and have $5,000 in there. So next month we are just paying $1,000 to the boat, and every month after that we'll be paying $1,000 to the boat until we get that emergency fund to $5,000. And I set a formula here on each consecutive month, and we should be getting that $5,000 by November, I think. So yeah, I didn't try to get this video filmed really quickly before work, so I'm sorry if it was a little fast and all over the place. Maybe that's better. This was our groceries for the month. Like I said, a lot of it was in here from our trip. We had 2 weeks, you know, so this was, I don't know how we spent so much actually before the vacation, but that was our alcohol, fun money, household, various little things that we got, and then a few repairs on the boats the boat that we had to do. So that is where we stand for the month of August. Very exciting news. I cannot believe that my dad washed away my school debt. That was just so exciting and such a surprise. And he just kept saying, you know, this isn't $20,000 in cash. And I think for someone that isn't on the Dave Ramsey plan or isn't like a strict budgeter, might not have been as excited as I was, but to get that debt like washed out from under you, it was just, I was like, I know it's not, but it's still amazing. I'm still so happy, and it was great. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.